All right, I know we'll get started in like a minute, but we were just talking about the um, go-giver, but also we were talking about the value of asking a question and listening more. And asking a question, Maria had a great experience, and I can I share your example, Maria?
Sure.
I think it's really valuable for all of us. And she had someone who said, I love how happy and energetic you are in the mornings." And Maria responded with talking about her ketones and went into a long space of talking about her ketones, and but never turned around and asked a question to the person that was giving that feedback. Um, which is so easy. Amy was just saying it's easy. We all do it because it's so easy to just talk, oh my gosh, this is why, or this is how it is. And if we can pause to listen and ask a question back, then we can have that tennis match where we're playing the game. We're not playing a game with people, but we're having back and forth conversation and listening and asking questions and giving people opportunity to answer. And the book had said like the most important words are their words, not our words. But sometimes we're so focused on trying to figure out what our words are going to be or what people are thinking about our words that then we lose sight of their words, or don't ask the questions to find out what their words are. Um, and we were talking about how every day we should have opportunities to practice doing this. We have in whatever ways. And so one of the things with my walking group that I do and that I think that we could all do, and I was actually thinking about this, I'm glad you reminded me, even though you didn't know, Amy, that I was gonna say that this could be an activity that everyone does every day, is I send like I choose a certain number, but I send messages to everyone in my group, a small amount at a time, saying, "Hey, happy spring. What are you excited about this month? Or what are you celebrating from last month? Or what are you looking forward to?" I change it up each time that I do a check-in, but I find that people usually answer something. And if they say, "Oh, it's going well," I say, "Awesome. What's going well about it?" I ask another question. I like dig deeper with them, and it gives me, I know then who I can continue to build relationship with because they're communicating with me, they're responding. And then I also can, when I come back regularly to these conversations, then I can continue to build the relationship every time that I come back. And I'm looking back up in the text. I don't remember, I'm not 100% on remembering, but I go back up and I look back at the text messages to see. And then I bring back the next time I come in and check in, then I'm bringing back whatever we just talked about. How was that? Or how'd that go? Or what? I bring those pieces back in. And then sometimes those end up going to a space, hi Roger, who where we can have more conversation around ketones, um, or ask more questions. But I think if that's something that we can all like practice to where it becomes natural, and I think for some of you it's natural, and for some of us it's not as natural, but the more we can, like those are reach outs that are just reach outs to have conversation. And they're not reach outs for like reaching out to see if people are interested in learning about what we're doing. Um, but they will move to that over time. It's just a little slower process. Um, so we were talking about what is a goal that you can set for yourself around just even around personal communication or personal. Amy talked, well, I I gave her a go, but Amy talked about just listening a little bit more, or like closing her mouth and not answering a question, or not being the one to not jump in the first. In general, she was talking about a book club that she's in, and that she wasn't listening as much. Um, and then I was talking about I want to do better at being, it's not natural to me to come into a space and notice and say out loud what I notice about someone's shirt or someone's whatever. That's not natural for me. So I want to be better at that. So I'm giving myself a goal of practicing giving someone a authentic compliment once a day, and outside of like when I'm outside of my house. Or inside, actually, inside my house is important too. So anywhere, anywhere, inside and out of my house. But what could that be for each of you? Like, what is something that you can work? Because we know that we're developing ourselves and we're developing also everyone within our team at the same time, as people, so that as we engage with people, we um, get to help people, inspire them to be the best versions of themselves. So what would I want each of you to come off mute, and what is something that you could work on this next week intentionally in relationships, in how you engage in relationships. Something that you could work on and like with
Well,
intention.
I love the being intentional in finding something to compliment someone on. Strangers, that's a great way to start a conversation. And it's easy to do. And I never have any idea what you're going to do in someone's world that they really might need a smile or an affirmation that day. So that's what I can start to pay attention and do with strangers. And then in conversations, I love that Elizabeth is really good at asking questions. I'm more of the blah. so so being a little less forward in sharing information and being more intentional and asking questions and listening more. So I like that. I like that.
Awesome. Um, Anyone else? What is the goal?
And is this Roger Harris?
I think no, I don't think so. Well, I don't know. Roger, which Roger are you? Can you come up, put your We have
Can't
two
see your
Rogers in our
face.
group.
Ah,
And I can't see your last name or your face. Okay, what's another until Roger can respond to us? That
There's Roger.
okay.
this is
Roger
Roger
Webster.
Willis Webster.
Well, besides listening more and like trying to maintain awkwardness so that I can give people enough time to talk, I do want to start playing the conversation game. You actually cut yourself off just a second ago, Christina, when you said, well, not a game, but really that's not a negative indication. I
Mhm.
mean, a lot of people may say, well, if you say it's a game, then that means you're just trying to sell. But that's not true. I like to be competitive in games. And I think if you play the game of getting to know someone or play the game of how you can actually help someone by asking questions, there's nothing wrong with that. I think that's a great way to say, I'm playing the game today. So my goal, besides just being quiet, is to make sure I'm playing the game at least one time a day, every single day for the next week, where I'm going to start conversation with question and play the tennis match, the back and forth, getting to know someone or their health goals through questions.
Awesome.
Do you have questions you put in your back pocket and are ready to?
Christina does. I know she's got a whole list of them,
I
but
do
not
have a
me.
whole list.
I'm pretty general with my questions. Of course, if I don't know them, I'm going to ask them where they live and how long they've been living there. And then generally they'll come back and say something and I'll go immediately go into, do you have kids living at home? Like I don't ever ask their age, but I kind of just get a background of, what they're living in every day. Because a
Mhm.
lot of people will come back and tell me that they're raising their grandkids or their kids and their grandkids. So sometimes you can tell really quickly by asking simple questions if they're even up for changing their health right this moment. Because a lot of people are so caught up in trauma of
Yeah.
what's happening in their life that I know they're not ready for health change. So I really gear all of my questions towards personal things. So I get to know them in that moment. If
Mm,
I'm asking simple questions and then they really jump into their health and how they're ready to make change, then I drill more into, well, what is a goal for yourself? And if they
mhm,
need 50 pounds, I'm like, well, that's awesome. What would you like to do in the next 30 days? Or what would you like to do in the next 3 months? Because I always try to get people to commit in 3 months.
mhm. Okay, good.
That's great. Any other, you can put it in the chat or come off mute on what your goal would be for this coming week.
And you did ask for this goal to be in regards to communication. Like, what is a goal
Yeah,
to
relationships or
better your relationship and communication?
hmm
I have something.
Yeah,
You can hear me. I'm just
can.
walking. Um, so this is something, this is the beginning of asking questions and conversations. Was Christina inspired me? Man, it's got to be at least 4 years ago when she was writing her I am statements. And she said something about when I walk into the room, I am. It was in her I am statement.
Mhm.
Mhm.
I grabbed that and I said, so that's part of my I am is I am, uh, when I walk into a room, I am confident and full of joy. I
Mhm.
love to give generously. And I promise you, that has changed my life.
Mhm.
I don't care what new place I walk into, I am confident and full of joy.
Mhm.
And it automatically just creates an attraction and the platform to ask the question
Mhm.
because I'm not afraid or I'm
Mhm.
not shy or I'm not whatever, you
Mhm.
know?
Mhm.
And so I've, it's changed my life. So
Wow.
thank you, Christina.
Yes. I'm so glad.
Love that.
Yeah.
And
It's
it's
so
my I am.
powerful.
I mean, it's part of my I am that I, say every day.
Right.
So thank you.
Will you say your innate statement for us?
Sure. I, Elizabeth Grant, am a living woman who is a daughter of the King, Mama, Mimi, prayer warrior, overcomer, and coach. When I walk into the room, I am confident and full of joy. I love to give generously. I am forgiven and I forgive. Trust the Lord, speak and manifest new possibilities, attract abundance, and encourage everybody to do the same. I drink ketones and I prove it every single day.
Woohoo!
I love it.
Oh, love.
Powerful. Awesome. I know
So
there's
anyway,
a lot of people watching the recording, and I'll drop the training for innate statements again in there. And
yeah, yeah,
it's so powerful. I know that
it
um
really is. Yeah,
all of us have experienced the power of that for ourselves.
yeah. So thank you.
Yeah. Thanks for sharing, Liz.
Yeah.
That's beautiful. Um, Maria, Mitzi,
Yes.
what's your goal?
Well, I'm going to continue with my I am statement. I have that um, almost memorized, but I want to do that every day as I walk into work so that when I do see people, greet people as I'm walking in and into the office, I can start those conversations right away.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Wonderful. Great. Mitzi?
I need to create more opportunities to have conversations right now. I feel like so, but I already feel like I try to smile at people, or say hello, good morning, or whatever, at least. Um, but yeah, starting a conversation would help. But at this point, it's like, yeah, I think I need to, I need to create those moments to have.
Cool.
You have a beautiful smile.
Mhm.
Thank you.
Thought.
Wonderful. I
That's
had
why I joined the book club, Mitzi. I wanted to meet some new people, and I haven't had a single conversation about ketones yet. But I love the book club because I love to read and I'm meeting new people. And yeah, it's exciting to meet new people.
Yep. Yep. Agreed. I did, and I joined a book club here.
These are cool.
Yeah, we only meet once a month though. So
Yeah, me too. Me too. It needs to be twice a month. That's okay.
I have
yeah.
some ideas for you, Mitzi. We can talk about them of ways that you can do it. So I'll tell you all because because I've been thinking about these ideas. So because I've been doing them and it's been really fun. I I'm just expecting that when I open my Facebook or when I open the Nextdoor app that I'm going to find people who are I need to connect with. And so I'm scroll for a second just while I'm putting my stuff up. I'm just scrolling for a second and every time people show up, I'm like, who's this person who's running this group of women? Where did they come from? And why are they in front? Well, because I said that they're going to be there. Like that's what they are. Like they're right here in front of me and I'm finding them. And so then there's another set also on Nextdoor. That app can be full of trash, but it's also really great, like full of negativity, I should say, not trash. It's full of negativity, but it's also full of a lot of goodness. And there's a lot of people who post in there. And so there's so much to be found in that app. There's even like groups within Nextdoor. Like I saw in one neighborhood that there was like an entrepreneur group, like Entrepreneurs Connect group. It's like, oh, I didn't even know that existed in here. Why didn't I need to go in here more and find those spaces? But I think we can find things like that, people like that. And then I've been using a different script that I haven't shared yet because I'm still testing it out to kind of see how it goes. But um I learned it from Lori, who learned it from some network marketer guru. Um, and it's more of a like a cold market reach out. But I've been really having, and I've only been doing 10 people a day, but five of them are realtors. And so I go into Instagram and I look for realtors near me or in the DMV area. And then I scroll through their reels. And there's so many cool people that are realtors. I don't know. Realtors are cool, but like I'm having fun finding people who putting themselves out on the camera, like who are really engaging, and then I'm reaching out to them. And some of them just don't have like the microphone ability to like voice message them within a message, and then some of them I'm messaging like a message. And it's a cold market reach out, but I'm really enjoying finding these women who are really cool. And then another one that's really been fun for me to find people is if you go to someone that you enjoy following. Like Jay Shetty's wife I enjoy following Jay Shetty's wife. And so if you go to like someone you enjoy following who's like an influencer who has millions of followers, and then you go to one of their posts that you like, and then you look at their comments and you scroll through the people's comments, and if you find a comment that resonates with you, a comment to the comment of the one of like his wife, and then you press on their name and go to their profile, look at their profile, then you can send them a message and say, "Hey, I saw that you also commented on Jay Shetty's wife's post, and I really liked what you said. I love your vibe." And then there's a script that you can say around that, or you can just say the same type of script that we've been using. But it's been really fun. I've been finding people that are really cool people just from doing that like small amount of action. And if you do it with like a context in your search of where you live, then you can find people potentially that you can meet locally and get, start conversation with. Um, and then even jumping to a woman, I think I talked about this when I was in Colorado, but a woman I think I added her as a friend, and then she said, "Oh, do you have 5 minutes right now? We can just jump on a quick Zoom and talk like a little coffee chat." And I did, and so we did, and it was like 6 in the morning. It was really early, and we had this great. It ended up being a 30-minute chat, and she ended up saying no to ketones, but we ended up talking about ketones, but we didn't start that way. And I've been trying to move conversations quicker to getting on a phone call or a Zoom with people that are seem what somewhat either just really like them from what they're putting on social media or they're like influential in some way. And a lot of them are really open to just getting on a call or getting on a Zoom and to just chat or just to like, and I've done that with two people now who it's moving to a trial pack and it's moving to like more. Um, so I think there's some aspect around that's social media, but I think we can do that within like wherever we live too, with people that are here, or find groups that meet, because there are groups that meet locally. There's lots of groups that meet locally and being intentional to do those. I wanted to encourage everyone too. Like Liz is walking right now. I know that most of us walk or move our bodies. And as a potential way of meeting new people, I want to encourage you all to potentially start a walking group where you live and doing that once a week. Like it doesn't have to be every day, but if you invited people to join you walking and you invited people to go on a walk with you, even if it's just one person to come on a walk with you, you've now created a group that walks because it's a group of two. And then you can invite that person to invite someone else. And if you make it a time that you can always commit to for the next month, let's say, that you commit to walk and go outside and walk, and it's getting nicer outside, so more people are willing. I know that Minnesota is not quite yet there, but um, it's not everywhere. It's not nice yet. So maybe wait if it's not yet nice outside where you are. But I I truly think from having done this and watching it grow over the last, it'll be 3 years in October, that this is a great way to build relationships and to create influence and to talk about ketones and find partners and find customers. Um, and I think everyone can do it at their own, like whether that's once a week, once a month, I found a woman who's like 45 minutes away from here who has a walking group and it grew. She was like featured on the news because she has tons and tons and ton way more than I do, people in her group. But she only walks once every, I think it's twice a week, twice a month, I mean. It's not even that much times, but she has tons of people coming. So I have a system. You can use it. I have a board. You can use it, and you don't have to, it's not hard. And all you have to do, and I have the same, you can put everything on Nextdoor. Like there's so many ways for you to grow it, but it really can just be you inviting a few people to walk with you. And then you invite a few more. You post about it. You ask who wants to walk. Um, so if anyone is actually wants to do that, let me know and I can give you my system and my script and whatever because I really believe that it is one of the ways that we can grow community and grow this business too. And it's simple because people walk side by side. You don't have to look at them in the face. It's not awkward. Like it makes it eliminates awkwardness and eliminates like people don't really have to know you. And I have been so excited and I was gonna say surprised. Initially I was surprised, but now I'm not surprised anymore because it's happened over and over and over again. But the people who show up to the group and who raise their hands to walk who I've never met before in my life, never seen their names, nothing, they're my people. They're like the people that resonate with me because I'm magnetic. I magnetize them. I'm magnetic and I magnetize them into my life through this group that they said yes to. And they're amazing. All of them are amazing. I like talking to them. So I think that that can be true for everyone. I don't think it's exclusive to me. I think that it's something that we can all do. And it's not something you have to do, but I think that it can be something that can be a way to add another space to connect with people. Um, And we all want to move our bodies. Women want to move their bodies, really. And women want to move their bodies with people. And a lot of women are really scared to move their bodies outside by themselves, but they want to. And I'm here that I see that over and over and over again. And it's what they comment when they come and walk for the first time. And they sometimes don't even come for a year until they've watched for a while, for a year. And then they come, but they haven't left the group. So they're like pinged nonstop and see what's happening. Um, so I think we have an opportunity, and that's not the only one. You can start your own book club and do it once a month. The ones that Mitzi and Amy going to is once a month. That's all that it is. And then those women, they're not talking about ketones yet, but they sure will at one point. And they probably see Amy's car. Well, I don't know. I'm sure they see her car. So it could be a crocheting club. It could be like whatever it is. What's your interest? What's the thing you like to do? What's your hobby? Bring people along with you to do it. And it's a long game. It's not an overnight game. It's a very long game. But if you're here for the long game, then and you want to create more and more influence and then create spaces for people to connect. Um, so I would encourage each of you to think about that. What is that thing that you can do, whether it's walking or crocheting or putting puzzles together or playing games or a book club or like going to a museum. It doesn't matter. What could there's 100 things that you could do. But choosing one, my system will work for them all because it's the same thing. You're just going to plug in walking for or like book club for walking or whatever. And then you just choose the time, you choose the how many you're committing to. And then you show up. And then people show up. And sometimes people don't show up, but you keep showing up. And then and then it keeps growing. Um, I have if you were to do something like that, what would it be? Put it in the chat or come off mute. What would be?
I've been thinking about having a game night.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
I think anything honestly female related would be amazing because there are so many women our age specifically that just don't have a whole lot to do and they don't want to be home every night, but they also don't have a lot of friends. I
Yeah.
mean, honestly, my mom, since my dad's passed away, it's just like every day she just has nothing to do.
Hmm.
And like, and she had in high school don't really have substantial amount of money to travel and do things. So I mean, just going to dinner. I mean, I think anything a woman's group that you put together would be great. I also definitely agree with Christina. Most everyone loves or wants to move their body, but they are absolutely scared to death to do it by themselves. I used to go to the park all the time and walk, and I never will go by myself anymore. It's just way too sketchy, way too scary. So and that would help you in your own fitness plus help other people, which is what we do for a living. So.
Right. We get paid to do it. Get paid to
Mhm.
create these fun groups that we get to create community around. All right, one last thing. Put in the chat if you have a group that you're thinking about. One last thing that I want us to hit on before we close out is um, Nick brought up on Monday night he challenged us to be a product of the product, to show up with our fitness, our whatever that means, our health in a way that reflects what we're putting in our bodies and allowing ourselves to build those healthy habits around our ketones. And so he challenged us to choose a goal that we're going to do between now and the end of and this and crossover, whether we're at crossover or not, but that we have a goal that we're committing to. Um, so I would love for all of us to take that seriously and share what we're doing. So I remember Dustin said at a lab tour, I think one time he was like, if you choose your goal and then you share it every day, then people are going to see what you're doing and they're going to want to potentially be a part of what you're doing too. But you have to share what you're doing. You have to set your goal and then share it. So my goal is to continue to build muscle, but toned, like defined and toned muscle. So I'm doing exercise snacks of body weight exercises, and I'm going to do it while my coffee is brewing. And I'm going to do it when my chicken is cooking. And I did it live today while my chicken was browning, and I didn't want to sit and talk to the camera like I usually do. So I showed them, I did my exercise snack in front of the camera while because I needed to do the rest of the recipe, but I couldn't do the rest of the recipe till the chicken was cooked. So I did that in front of them and told them that was I was doing, and I was going to do it every day. So whether or not my recipes won't always be the same, so I'm going to at least put it on my stories. So I took a 10-second video of me doing it today, yesterday, and today I did it on the live too, but I'm going to show people this is what I'm doing. It takes 1 to 3 minutes. I'm going to talk about it. I'm going to give examples of it, and I need to take pictures of myself to make sure I can see some change. Or if I don't see change, it's okay too, but I'm gonna take pictures of myself so I can look at it. Um, so what is your goal? If you know it already, put it in the chat. What is your goal between now and the end of the and May 1st to the 3rd? Around any part of health,
Mhm.
holistic health. What's something that you can do on a regular basis too.
Well, I like the exercise snacks.
Cool.
I want to get back out walking more.
Hmm.
My knees aren't telling me it's okay yet, so we're working on that.
Yep.
But pretty soon it'll be nice enough in Minnesota to take my bike out.
Yeah.
So, and biking is a little less stress on my knees. So that's, I want to do that every day.
Cool.
Yep.
And you could easily share exercises. You could take a short little clip or just do them. It doesn't have to be on social media, depending on if you're sharing actively on there or not. But
Mhm.
the using that platform as a as an accountability space, use it as a share space. Donica, were you about to say something?
I joined Club Pilates
Oh, cool.
and I have 8 sessions a month.
Okay, cool.
So it's interesting because it's in Milwaukee only, and it's hard for me to be in Milwaukee for 8 days a month to have my 8 sessions. So that's my goal too, grounding me for a minute
Okay.
to
That's
get that done. And I would like to complete 10 pounds down before I'm about 3 pounds now, before crossover.
okay.
So
Awesome.
yeah, and I'm getting stronger. I was just telling Elizabeth I did a squat today and my heels stayed on the ground and I was like getting so low. So that was
Yeah.
huge for me. That's huge for me
Yeah. That's
because
awesome.
not that's not who I've been. So yeah, really,
Awesome.
really good. And I do exercise snacks specifically when I'm getting water out of my refrigerator.
Perfect. That's great.
I've never heard of this term exercise snacks. Y'all are saying snacks, right? Like it's
Yeah,
Yep. This
yeah.
is from Dr. Jacob Wilson.
I
And
missed it.
oh yeah, it's great. So there's multiple types. He did his call that he did with Justin a month or two back was about exercise snacks, and he talked about different ways of doing them, where you could do cardio, you can do cardio exercise snacks, you can also do like um body weight exercise snacks, and then you can also just like go all out 100%. Like till you're done, till you're spent and whatever the thing is that you're doing. And even if you do that 4 days a week, he said that will serve your body just as if you did a longer workout, like a cardio workout, because it like does VO2 max for your heart. And I was doing those in Colorado, and whew, I was like, well, I'm sweating, and it's been a minute and a half, but I don't sweat normally. Like I'm not walking when I'm walking, I'm not really sweating unless it's hot. But it's good. There's a lot of opportunity, and it doesn't take a long time, and so I think it's a helpful piece for people. Awesome. Well, share with one of us, any of us, after this, if you haven't shared out loud yet, what your goal is for now until crossover. And let's support each other towards this. Let's celebrate what we're doing in this and also in our like our progress in our own communication and relationship. I think like how amazing that we get paid, like Amy said, we get paid to like become better humans in relationship with other people and
Mhm.
fuel amazing and feel amazing and get to show up amazing. I think I need to move that into somehow of how I communicate what we get to do. Like I get paid for walking with you all. Like I get paid to do this. So, have a wonderful night. Keep in conversations and let us know when you're ready to get on a call too with people. All right. Have a wonderful night. Thank you for being here.
Thanks. Bye.
Good night.